Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, Bay City, Michigan. Welcome to the Biker Devotional. Today is July 12th, 2025, and we are looking at Proverbs chapter 12. So, have you ever had opportunities where you knew that things weren't quite right in your life? Proverbs 12:1 says this: whoever loves discipline loves knowledge, but the one who hates correction is stupid. So let me paint a picture for you. Yesterday I was working on my motorcycle after coffee and prayer. Got home about noon and had to get things set up. The rain was coming, so I had to put a canopy outside the garage door, and then I have a Voyager conversion kit on my 97 Electra Glide, and that's the bike we're taking out to Sturgis because my wife is not comfortable on two wheels anymore, and so we're taking that bike out. And so I had maintenance that needed to be done. The rear tire had to be replaced, and I had oil change and some other things. So the conversion kit had to come off. I got the canopy put up outside the garage door. I had to drive off the conversion kit and then get the bike turned around so I could get it jacked up and get the rear tire off, get it off the rim, put the new rear tire on. Let's just say every time I turned around, the things that were supposed to just be the simplest didn't work. The conversion kit hooked on the bike as I drove off of it, and I drug it out into the yard. And now that it was disconnected but not in the right place, and I was by myself, I couldn't get the bike put back up in a way that I could get the bike on the kickstand so I could get the conversion kit in the right place so I could drive off of it. That's just one example. The brakes didn't want to come loose the way they should have. The axle didn't want to come out the way it should have. The exhaust came off. That was amazing because my exhaust never comes off my bike. I have to beat it with a hammer, and amazingly enough, it just came right off yesterday. So there was that. But needless to say, I busted my nose trying to get the tire off. I busted my knuckles. I got the old tire off. I got the new tire on. I couldn't get it to seat. And then all of a sudden, the tire chuck, the air chuck for the air compressor quit. It just broke completely. It wouldn't put air in the tire. I was frustrated, and it was time to leave to go to church. So I had to run into town real quick, get an air chuck, and on the way to the hardware store to get the air chuck, I am in a bad mood. It was high humidity. It had been raining. I was wet. I was sweaty. I was disgusting. Nothing was going right. What could go wrong did go wrong. That's what it felt like. Matter of fact, my wife came out to talk to me, and I looked at her. I said, I love you. You need to go inside. And she knows that tells her that things are going badly, and I am struggling to control my language. And not necessarily bad language, just angry, lashing out language, right? And so I'm driving to the hardware store, and people are driving stupid. They probably weren't any more stupid than any other time, but I was in that mindset. And so I started talking to God and saying, I know this isn't right. I need. And I get to the hardware store, I walk inside, I go grab the axle grease that I'm going to need when I put the tire back on and put the axle back in. And walking past the counter, and the guy says, is there anything you're looking for? And I know I'm in a bad place. So I look at him and I say, you know what? The way the day has been going, I'm just going to ask, because if I walk around here looking, I'm not going to find it because I'm in a bad mood. things aren't going well, and then I'm going to get even more frustrated. So yeah, I need an air chuck. He walks me over and he takes me over to the aisle with the air accessories, and I find the chuck I need, and I get that, and as I'm grabbing it, he looks at me and he says, "Are you on Facebook?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "You're Pastor Stitch." I've never seen this guy before in my life. God corrected me in that moment and said, "This is why you have to watch what you do, what you say, and how you act. Whoever loves discipline loves knowledge." I was asking God for that discipline, that correction. And he put that man in front of me. There were 4 other employees that could have helped me. He put that man in front of me to ask that question, to remind me. I got home and things continued to go poorly, and I was not able to get done what I thought I was going to get done before I had to get cleaned up and leave, so I quit. I got home after church last night and did a little bit more work. Things went a lot better, and then I went to bed. So here's what I'm pointing out to you. Discipline is those little things that remind us of what is right. If you love discipline, if you look for correction, if you look for things to turn you in the right direction, even though you know you're going in the wrong direction, you're looking for that thing that will bump you off your course because you know that the path you're on right now is just it's unmanageable and I can't get off of it like what I was when I was driving to the hardware store. If you love discipline, it means you love knowledge. You love doing things right. But here's the thing. If you hate correction, you're stupid. Yeah, that's what Solomon said. That was me for years. I am so grateful to be a different man today. I hope my sharing today, me being vulnerable, helped just someone. You may not ever have somebody walk up and say, "Are you?" But there's always a little nudge to get you back on path. I love y'all. Hope you have a great day. God bless.